Very excited to talk to our next guest. This guy had a hell of a regular season, Leroy. Now we're hoping he has a hell of a postseason. Heat big man Bam Adebayo joining us here on the program. Bam, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Sure.
It's exciting to have you on, man. Now you guys are in Milwaukee. Are you in that haunted hotel? Like that's a thing of legend in Milwaukee. Is this the one that has the ghosts in it? Are you nervous about that?
I never heard this one. I know OKC is one that haunted, but I never knew Milwaukee. But
Look, if you need
I ain't never had problems here.
if you need some help, I got some people back home in New Orleans. I'll send you some chicken feet or a voodoo doll so you can exercise all the demons in your hotel room. Just let me know. I'll rush it up there.
Nah, man, I'll just sage my room.
All right, Kyrie.
Yeah, it's that's I don't know, maybe that was back in the days of like maybe Jay Rich's and Justice's rookie year. I feel like they had to deal with the haunted hotel in Milwaukee. That was a thing because I don't know for whatever reason that's always been a thing in Milwaukee is they got to deal with the ghosts, man. It's a thing, but been a crazy year. Been a crazy year that you guys had to go through with a ton of stuff, with the schedule being as crazy and compact as it was. Getting the whole time off to go into the postseason, does it feel like a big reset? Like, do you feel like you guys have gotten any sense of normalcy as you guys venture into this thing?
I mean, to a certain extent, but it's still different. You know what I mean? You still got to test every day. You still got to follow protocol. Like everybody still has to wear masks, and so it's still different, but it's become like a normal, if that makes sense. So you become numb to like the difference of it.
You just expect, okay, we go here, we got to get tested, we got to do this, got to go through this protocol. So you just kind of used to it.
Yeah.
My question is this, like, you know, when you go through the regular season, it's all about the Heat, what you guys can do, what you need to do to grow to be ready for the playoffs. As the playoffs approach and as you get going in the playoffs, do you as an individual start honing in on individual players and what that guy does and what I need to do to defend him? Because you're unique in that you have to guard a number of players. You're not just a big. Sometimes you're on the perimeter. Do you kind of study what those guys do when you approach each series?
To a certain extent, you have to know everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Because, in the playoffs, crazy things happen. Like a dude that is a two-way they could throw him in. Like you got to know what he does because you never know what he could have a 15-point quarter, and just because nobody knew like what he did and his scout, you looking at everybody else is like, yo, who is this? And then like, so you just got to be ready. So I don't really focus on one person. I try to know enough about everybody.
Right, I got you.
Is when you guys have as much time to prep as you did leading into to a series, like, is it almost like do you get to a point where you have to like put it on hold at all because it's like you have so much time to prep into it, or do you like the fact the more time the better to kind of game plan on everybody that you can game plan on?
Yeah, I mean, the more time the better. You definitely get to prepare for, like I said, the whole roster, and having these extra days actually help you study more and more on different players. So it definitely helped us, and you get to rest your body a little bit.
Bam, I'm like, I watch basketball and I watch, young guys grow, and I watch guys who had a number of different situations. And sometimes you're just happy for a guy to show or have the opportunity to show what he could do. How does the team look at Kendrick Nunn? Because this dude, he's been through it, right? And to see him go out there like nothing phases him. He's been through hell, and he still goes out there and plays, whether he plays on Tuesday and then don't play till the following Thursday. He's still doing his thing.
That's one thing I love about Ken. He has the mentality that he gonna always be ready, no matter what's no matter what's going on in his personal life. He still finds a way to like always be ready. And as we know, like last year in the bubble, him having that couple of setbacks actually like hurt his rotation time. So the whole time we're in the bubble, like, yo, keep your head up. You're gonna get through this. And it's good to see him that, you know, no matter what he goes through, he has that mindset that I'm gonna be ready. And I like that about Ken Nunn.
For you personally, you know, you knew this probably was going to come with getting the big deal going into the year, but it felt like anytime there was a stumble this year, especially when Jimmy was out, everybody's, you know, hitting Bam. You got to be more aggressive. You got to be more aggressive. You were even saying it after games. And I just want to know from your standpoint how you kind of handled all of that this year, because you're not just that simple guy who's like the guard who goes and cooks and takes 35 shots. You do have to get other people involved. Sometimes you're the number one facilitator on the team, so I don't know who is looking out for you, especially when, you know, Jimmy would be out. So how did you handle that balance of knowing, yeah, I do want to be the guy who guys go to like at the end of a Brooklyn game where you're hitting buzzer beaters, but also I can't get without, well, you know, two without of outside of my game, because I do need to still be that team guy for everybody.
It's definitely a balance, and it's not the same balance every game. As like everybody know, the ball doesn't bounce the same way every game. But yeah, so it's a balance that you got to find between it. And a lot of people don't know basketball. Like, we know this. Like, a lot of people, they see a certain thing that's different, and that's the one thing they point out. Oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And I don't pay attention to it. Like, I know my role on this team. You know, I just got to find a better balance. That's it. It's not a difficult thing to like comprehend, but in certain situations, certain games, my role is always different.
Does this organization do? One of the things I appreciate is they take and give you a role, but then don't turn around and penalize you for having that role on the team, because a lot of outsiders look in and they'll look at Bam and say, Bam don't score that many points, or Bam, he don't take over games or anything like that. But being here and see it, Bam might only score 15 points, but what about the guy he guarding scoring 3? Or what about the assists? Or what about the rebounds? Or what about him guarding the center and the perimeter guy and then the point guard? I mean, there's a lot of things that this organization puts demands on, and it's not necessarily scoring. And it's not like that at other places. Other places, a lot of young players, they come in and say, I want to score buckets. That's it. And it's just, is Miami unique in that way? Or did it take, you know, some time to get used to being that, oh, you know what? I don't have to be a big time scorer, but I have to be all of these things.
I mean, coming into the league, I was never like a pure scorer.
Right.
Like, I wasn't a natural scorer. It didn't just come easy. I had to actually work on my game. So, in that facet, they're unique because they want you to be better on both sides of the court, no matter if you're better on one side than the other. So that's what I like about, you know, our organization and our staff development, because at the end of the day, they know like what dudes can do that is great. They want to work on the weaknesses. So if you're not a great shooter, but you're a hellacious defender, keep being the hellacious defender, but also when the cameras is off and nobody's around, we're gonna be in here getting 500 jump shots. Like, it is that type of like commitment that you should have, and that's what they want to see in you. So that's what I respect about the development.
Not to always to keep harping on things that didn't happen for you, but I, you know, went on a bit of a tirade on my show that I thought you got snubbed in the not being a DPOY finalist. Your reaction to that? I mean, the idea that they didn't think of you even in the top 3 of guys. I know that you started the campaign a little bit later in the season, and it was good to see give yourself some shine on that. But I guess your reaction to not being a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, it's just certain stuff you got to laugh at. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, expect the unexpected. And the way I deal with that is I laugh at it. But that's the thing. I don't feel like I should have to like campaign, for myself to get an award.
Exactly. You know what? If you have to tell them what kind of defender you are, then they don't know. The hell with them. Like look, I'll say it. I'm an innocent bystander. If they don't watch basketball and see how many different guys you guard, and then take those other guys and hey, you go guard all these guys, and then come talk to me. The hell with them. You don't want. If you got to tell them what you do on the basketball court, then they ain't worthy of your talents. I'll say it. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Shade it, man.
Hey, anybody else need some assistance? Tell them, come see Leroy, and I'll straighten them out.
I'm gonna pass that message.
Pass that message.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have to campaign for myself, if that makes sense. And everybody understands that. And I'm not a dude that is in social media a lot.
Right.
Right.
And is it a thing too though where you shouldn't have to do it, but there are people who are more shameless? I'm not going to say names, but I'm just going to say there are people who are more shameless about it. Like people who don't have a problem saying I'm this, I'm that, and they'll be doing it like back in January, and then you'll be like, maybe a little mention here with a week left in the season. I think I should be.
Yeah, I mean, like at that point, I feel like I did enough to state that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, other dudes they have different opinions than I do. I just feel like I don't got to be in the media for it.
Before this week, going into the postseason, how much did you hearken back at all to how close you guys were last year? Is there any tapping into the motivation of, man, we were close to being there to a championship, and it's time to kind of get into that mindset because you stated how much that would obviously mean to you.
Yeah, it definitely hit when UD put it in a smaller scale for me one day, and we was talking. He was like, "Bro, do you realize we was 2 games away from being champions?" And he was like, "Yo, that's 2 wins." And then thinking about it, it's like, dang, we were two wins away from being champions. So it definitely taps a nerve because obviously I got injured, so I couldn't help as much as I wanted to. Just realizing that you're 2 games away. That's like playing an 80 game season and you're on path to play all 82 and then you get injured the last 2.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of like that. That's how it feels.
Speaking of Udonis Haslem, as you said, he was a crazy mother bleeper in that last game where he got ejected. What is your best Udonis Haslem is a crazy mother bleeper story? Like what is another time where you think this guy is next level nuts? Because I know you guys have a good relationship, especially when it comes to him trying to craft you as a leader.
Another crazy UD story.
He seemed like the type that at some point he gonna try everybody on the team to see what they about in some way, shape, or form.
I wouldn't even say that. He does challenge people. Right. I will say.
Oh, that's what we calling it now.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't, because if you say it like that, it means like he just goes off and just.
Oh no! I'm saying, but he gonna see how tough you are if y'all playing against one another. He gonna push at you. He gonna nag at you. Right. I'm talking like that. He gonna see what you made of.
Oh, 100%. He's definitely that type of person to see who you are and see if you fit his type of mold, and as we call it the kennel, and see if you're able to fit in the kennel. But another crazy UD story. I don't know. What did it do my rookie year? I can't remember, man. That's probably top.
It's a top one, man. It's like if there's like I don't know what I don't know if this is it for him or not. I don't know, but if it is, it was so cool being in that building. It was like I compared it to Royal Rumble. It was like Udonis Haslem's music hits. He comes in, he hits the mid-range jumper, takes a charge, gets a rebound, gets ejected. It was like, when the old-time wrestler comes back and The Rock does the rock bottom. Like, he does all the signature moves, and you're like, bam, fire crowd, he's gone. And then that picture of him putting the finger in Dwight Howard's face is just, it was just poetic, man. It was awesome.
Hey, this UD seems like the type. He hate fake tough guys more than any person walking the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because if you ever notice, and I didn't notice this until when they played in the finals in 2013, but he has 100% real across his nose. And when in 2013, because my mom never had tattoos, so it was never like a big thing for me to get. I always wanted to know why he got 100% real across his knuckles. But in getting him known for these last 4 years, I understand why he has 100% real across his knuckles, because he doesn't like that fake tough guy, that trash talk that is directed at him. It's kind of like when he's in the game looking for confrontation.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you ever notice, like it takes the smallest thing to set the man off. This is the thing though. It be times in practice where I joke with UD and he's same UD, serious face, and then after that is talking trash to each other, back and forth.
Right.
You can't do this. You can't do this. I'm this. I'm that. And you can tell it's the way you carry yourself. Like
right.
you got 3 championships. You 18 years in, and you're undrafted. Like that's not common in the NBA, and you stay with the same team for 18 straight years. So that says a level of your grit, your realness, and how you carry yourself.
Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh has said you're his favorite player in the league. You guys have had back and forth before with as far as like him giving you advice and whatnot. Your reaction to him getting to the Hall of Fame?
I'm happy for CB. I really am. Just because his career was taken from him too early. Mm-hmm. And that's the crazy thing about it. But, I feel like CB is one of those guys, he got his flowers, but he was definitely underrated. You know what I mean? Like when he left Toronto and, people started to make it like a push-pull thing between the big three. And for him to come here and say, all right, I want to win. Like, I'll take less shots. I'll do more than just score. I feel like people took that for granted. And, for CB, he's not one of those guys that's in the media either. And I talked to CB before he got in the Hall of Fame, because, I'm the type of dude, I like to talk shit. So it's the same thing. It's whenever I do something good, UD don't tell me good job. No. CB don't tell me good job. I don't get that from them. D-Wade, I don't get, oh man, good job. No. That's not how they say good job to me.
They expect it though. They expect it out of you.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, like my first triple double. The first thing UD says is, you should have been done that. Like, and it's like,
well, it's funny, man, because I remember, one of the reasons, we've been following you for so long, even before you blew up, is I have rabid Kentucky fans in my family, and they said, you got to watch out for this kid. But everybody said, so I would ask about you in interviews like early on, and every one of those guys, UD, Chris Bosh, Dwyane Wade, and Alonzo Mourning, like they all just knew behind the scenes, like, you watch out for this kid. Like there's no limit on what he can be. And I think that's probably why, like they know that hard work was going to pay off for you.
Yeah. It's still paying off. I still got a long way to go. Gotta get some rings.
Hey, that's them guys whispering in your ear.
Yeah.
You got a compliment, and you say, all right, let me back it back. Bring it back.
But the thing I love about it, though, we all have like a level of respect for each other that we can joke like that. You know what I mean? Like, I can text D-Wade and, he'd be on TNT and be like, you look like today. Yeah, like it's the level of respect, and we all know it's a joke at the end of the day.
Right.
Now, UD, you can get like 2 jokes, and that's about it. That's about it with UD. You can get about 2 jokes off, then he'll give you like this stern look, like, all right, I'm done joking.
Finally, Ben, before we get you out here, did you? I saw the video Goran posted on Instagram. Did you finally get the Goran Dragic hat, the infamous Goran Dragic hat?
Yeah, yes. I finally got a Goran Dragic hat.
Man,
finally,
collector's item.
Man, I was like, Gogi, it took you a year to get me a hat, man. Like, we supposed to be like boys. Like, we 4 years together, man. Like, we gotta stick together. Slovenia.
That's Jimmy fault, because everybody think they can't be nice with friends the way he treating Big Face Coffee.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I don't drink coffee. He said I can get 10% of the company for $300 million.
And with a straight face.
With a straight face. Just straight face.
Oh, man.
Did you tell him I don't even drink coffee? I'm out.
Yeah, I said, bro, I don't even drink coffee that much. I don't. I'm cool.
Bam, thanks for the time, man. Good luck this postseason. We appreciate it. And thanks for spending some time with us. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all, man. See, for real one.
Told you, Leroy.